Good morning, this is Pastor Lynn with Goodland United Methodist Church as we continue our conversation of God's fidelity and our trust. I take you to a miracle that happened in the Gospel of Luke in the 7th chapter. After Jesus finished presenting all his words among the people, he entered Capernaum. A centurion had a servant who was very important to him, but the servant was very ill and about to die. When the centurion heard about Jesus, he sent some Jewish elders to Jesus to ask him to come and heal his servant. When they came to Jesus, they earnestly pleaded with him. "He deserves to have you do this for him," they said. "He loves our people, and he built our synagogue for us." Jesus went with them. He had almost reached the house when the centurion sent friends to say to Jesus, "Lord, don't be bothered. I don't deserve to have you come under my roof. In fact, I didn't even consider myself worthy to come to you to begin with. Just say the word and my servant will be healed. I am also a man appointed under authority, with soldiers under me. I say to one, go, and he goes, to another, come, and he comes. I say to my servant, do this, and the servant does it." When Jesus heard these words, he was impressed with the centurion. He returned to the crowd following him and said, "I tell you, even in Israel, I have not found faith like this." When the centurion's friends returned to his house, they found the servant restored to health. You have probably heard or read in the Bible how the Jews sometimes look down upon the Samaritans or the Gentiles for not being God's chosen people. The Pharisees especially had a habit of pointing out all of their flaws in others, even their fellow Jews. Jesus pointed out that while they were called to be servants of God, they used their power to make themselves appear superior to others. Notice the contrast in this story. A Roman centurion, whose title gave him power and importance, humbles himself before a Jewish rabbi. Jesus is more than willing to bless him because of the humility of his faith. Humility is found in others who meet Jesus. The Samaritan woman at the well, the sinful woman who anointed his feet, the unclean woman who touched his robe. All of these people found some form of healing from Jesus, yet none of them had anything close to the status of a Pharisee. So why is it that God often works in the lives of the least likely people first? Perhaps it is because these people are looking for the hardest for the Savior. The Pharisees who argued with Jesus had such pride they felt no need to ask Jesus for anything. Those who felt desperate because of their situation or their sin had nothing but humility and were the most willing to ask for help. These least likely servants give us some of the most touching examples of trust in the Bible. They remind us that trust in God requires humility and that God is a God of faithful existence in our presence. So I leave you with this question. Is there any area in your life where pride in yourself has gotten in your way of trusting God? Turn it off and trust